Have you ever wondered why you attract a certain type of love? Why do similar people and emotional scenarios reappear in your life again and again, as if you're stuck in an invisible loop? This isn't a coincidence or a curse. It's a signal. In this video, we'll dive into the teachings of Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century, to explore the powerful connection between love and our unconscious mind. Get ready to see your relationships in a whole new light. According to Jung, the love you attract isn't random. It's a mirror of your inner world. Every relationship is a reflection of who you are at the deepest level. Let's break down how this works. And if you find this topic interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Projection. When you fall in love with your own shadow. At the heart of Jungian relationship theory lies the concept of projection. Imagine that within you there are hidden, unacknowledged parts of your personality, traits, emotions, and talents that you've suppressed because you deemed them bad or unacceptable. Jung called this collection of traits the shadow. The shadow isn't necessarily evil. It can be your repressed strength, creativity, vulnerability, or even your anger. Because you don't recognize these qualities in yourself, your psyche finds a way for you to see them by projecting them onto other people. And most often, it projects them onto those you fall in love with. Your partner becomes a screen onto which you project your own unrecognized traits. For example, if you see yourself as weak and indecisive, you might be magnetically drawn to powerful and assertive partners. They embody the strength you've suppressed in yourself. If you've always been a good girl and stifled your rebellious spirit, you might be fascinated by bad boys who dare to do what you won't allow yourself to do. These relationships are an unconscious attempt to reclaim the lost parts of your soul and become whole. Type the word mirror in the comments if this resonates with you. Anima and animus, the inner image of ideal love. Besides the shadow, Jung believed that every person's psyche contains archetypes of the opposite gender. In a man's unconscious lives the anima, his inner feminine image. In a woman's unconscious lives the animus, her inner masculine image. These archetypes are shaped by our parents, culture, and significant early relationships. When we fall in love, we unconsciously project our anima or animus onto a real person. We fall not so much for the person themselves, but for the embodiment of our inner ideal. The problem arises when the projection fades, and we begin to see the real person with all their flaws. This is why the initial euphoria of love often gives way to disappointment. Jung argued that true love is only possible when we stop projecting and start seeing our partner for who they truly are, while integrating these inner images within ourselves. Type the word wholeness in the comments if this is the kind of relationship you desire. Recurring patterns, the unlearned lessons of the soul. Why do you keep making the same mistakes? Why do you attract partners who are emotionally unavailable, unfaithful, or who need saving? From a Jungian perspective, this isn't failure. It's a persistent invitation from your psyche to heal an old wound. Each repeating pattern points to an unresolved internal conflict or trauma that needs your attention. Do you attract emotionally distant partners? Perhaps you didn't receive unconditional love in childhood and are now unconsciously trying to earn it over and over again. Do you choose partners who don't value you? Perhaps deep down, you don't feel your own worth. Your relationships become the stage where your inner drama plays out, and until you become aware of the script and heal it within yourself, you will continue to attract actors for the very same roles. Type the word awareness in the comments if you agree.
How to change the love you attract. Jung said that the path to a healthy relationship isn't about finding the right person, but about undergoing a process he called individuation, becoming your true self. This requires deep and honest work with your own inner world. Reclaim your projections. When something in your partner intensely fascinates or irritates you, ask yourself, what part of myself am I seeing in them? Example: Sarah is incredibly irritated by her boyfriend Mark's spontaneity. He constantly makes last-minute decisions, which she finds chaotic. Instead of getting angry at Mark, Sarah could ask herself, is this spontaneity a part of me that I've suppressed? Perhaps she was taught to be hyper-organized since childhood, and now she can try to allow herself a little flexibility, reclaiming that quality instead of judging it in someone else. Integrate your shadow. Allow yourself to be multifaceted, strong and weak, kind and angry. Accepting your darker sides makes you whole and reduces the need to find them in others. Example: Jessica has always seen herself as kind and agreeable, avoiding conflict at all costs. She attracts partners like David, who take advantage of her kindness. To integrate her shadow, Jessica needs to acknowledge that she too is capable of anger and setting boundaries. She can start small, by saying no to an inconvenient request. Recognizing that saying no doesn't make her a bad person empowers her and makes her less vulnerable to manipulation. Get to know your anima and animus. Explore your ideas about the opposite sex. What are you truly looking for in a partner? What qualities can you cultivate within yourself instead? Example: Emily constantly falls for creative but unstable men, like Leo, a musician. The relationships always end in heartbreak. Her animus, inner masculine image, is a free-spirited artist. Instead of seeking this in a partner, Emily could develop these qualities in herself by taking a painting class or starting to write. By cultivating her own creative energy, she becomes more complete and less dependent on a man to embody her ideal. This can shift her focus toward finding a more balanced partner. Heal your wounds. Instead of waiting for a partner to fill your inner void, learn to give love and support to yourself. Example: Michael's father was emotionally distant, and now he unconsciously chooses unavailable women like Chloe. He constantly seeks her approval, replaying his childhood trauma. To heal, Michael needs to work on his self-worth, perhaps with a therapist. He could start journaling to understand his feelings of abandonment and practice self-praise for his achievements. As he learns to give himself the warmth he never received, his need to seek it from cold partners will fade. True transformation begins from within. When you change, the type of love you attract changes too. You stop looking for someone to complete you and start seeking someone with whom you can share your wholeness. I hope this video has helped you see your relationships in a new way. This is a deep topic, and we've only just scratched the surface. If you found this helpful, please give it a like. It helps others find the video. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next dive into depth psychology. And of course, share your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.